I think the big thing that we're really striving for this year, and it's not something they'll necessarily see, but we've talked to our kids about winning the day. So focusing on each day in practice, each day in the classroom, winning that specific day, and that kind of leads into the success as the team as the season goes. So it's not necessarily anything different that they'll see at the meets, but I think it's the stuff behind the scenes that's definitely going to impact the results of the meets for us. That's tough. I think we have a lot and, different ones from different event groups. Returning on the men's side, you have three guys back off an All-American 4x4. You have Jalen Bell, who qualified in the 200 indoors, 200 outdoors, and 100. Was an All-American the 4x4. Richard Davis barely missed the finals in the 400 hurdles. Joseph Gonzalez, JC Hernandez, qualified in the DMR indoors. Spencer Williams on our 4x1, he was hurt a little bit last year. I think him healthy, he's a big threat. And then Dejan Lewis, really good for us too. DJ qualified in long jump and triple jump. I think 3 years in a row, and hopefully this year is kind of his breakout year. As far as the women's team goes, we returned 4 off of a 4x1 that qualified last year and 4 off of a 4x4, so we didn't lose any of our relay girls. Larissa McHenry will be back and looks pretty good. Autumn Roberts. Another one, big one, is Aziza Clark. Aziza looks really strong for us. Has a chance to be an All-American in the hurdles. Lori Turner qualified in the hurdles as a freshman. And then Madison Perez as well, a freshman in the 800 last year. And, as long as she stays healthy, she'll be a pretty big threat for us as well. We have a lot on the women's side. I think we're pretty excited about what they can do. We've had several of them, especially like Alex Segura, Autumn Roberts. They've been to nationals several times, and each year they just get closer and closer to being All-American. So, kind of hopefully push that through this year. But on the men's side, JC Hernandez, Diego Moran, Joseph Gonzalez, Deshaun Lewis, there's a few other guys, but I think all those guys have been big factors for us. And I think as a whole, they kind of started this thing, when we got here a few years ago, and, kind of great examples for the younger kids in the team. And, whatever success we have, kind of starts with them and then trickles down to the younger kids. So, we have a number of guys. Jesus Revkov Delgado is a big one for us. He qualified. He hit the B standard in the 200 last year. He's been on 2 national qualifying 4x1s. Jalen Bell, like I said earlier, I think he's been there in 3 opens. Set the school record in the 200, barely missed All-American. Richard Davis in the hurdles, also can sprint for us. And then, like I said, I think Spencer Williams, healthy, is a huge factor for us as well. Women's side, we have a ton there. Alex Segura, good in the 400. Morgan Neely is going to really help us out there too. Autumn Roberts, Larissa McHenry. We just have a number of girls there that have done a really good job developing. And I think this year they're really bought in. And I think through the years you've kind of seen them grow, and we're super excited kind of where they lead us this year. Jumpers, Dejan Lewis, huge factor for us. He's been to nationals several times. I think this year we're really going to need him to have a breakout year as far as competing well at the national meet. Spencer Williams, same thing. He's a 23-foot long jumper that should be able to go 24. On the women's side, we have a number of girls. Alex Segura looks pretty good jumping again. And we just have a lot of younger, on that side, we have a lot of younger girls. So I think you're going to see a lot of new faces on our women's jumps team. So, really good. They just got back from cross-country nationals, several PRs, some really good times there. We have Sebastian Moreno, JC Hernandez, Joseph Gonzalez, and there's a few other guys too that could really step up for us this season. On the women's side, Leilani, we're looking forward to see what she does. Mia had a really, really good cross country season, ran a lot of PRs, very excited about what she does for us on the distance side this year. And another big one there too, Madison Perez is a mid-distance runner, qualified in the 800 as a freshman. So I'm super excited to see what she does in her sophomore year. We have a couple there. I think starting off, based off cross country, Isai Moran was our number one guy, probably the fastest freshman in school history on the distance side. And he's a little better as you work down, so I think the mile 1500, he's going to be a huge factor for us. We have Malik White. He was one of the top hurdlers in the nation last year. He won the USATF U18 USA Championship meet, so we're pretty excited about him. I think he honestly could be a national champion caliber athlete as a freshman. We have Ivana Guy. Ivana Guy looks really good for us. We're really excited to see what he does. He's out of Katy Pato, was top 50 in the country in the 100 meters, holds their school record at 10:37. So if you're going off of high school, he'd be our fastest guy, coming in. So, but with the guys we got, I think really going to put a lot of pressure there for them to improve. And, there's a number of freshmen doing a really, really good job that I could name, but I think those are probably three of the bigger ones for us. Women, we have a decent amount, that came in that, really fighting for spots. Ariana Erickson was a really good sprinter in high school. She can also hurdle, so I think her versatility is really, really going to help us out. We're excited about that. Zanaya Duffy, I think Zanaya Duffy really going to help us out too, out of Katy and looking really good in the sprints. And then Jeslyn Flores, was 5'4", almost 5'6" high jumper out of high school. We're really excited to see what she does there too. So indoors is tough. There isn't many indoor tracks in Texas, so we have to travel a little more. Our first one, December 7th, is in Pittsburgh, Kansas. It's a pretty competitive meet. We kind of just use that meet to see where we're at, going into break, kind of evaluate the training, evaluate where the kids are at and stuff like that. And then coming back off a break, we have a split squad. A little group will go to Houston, and then some will go back to Pittsburgh State and run there. And then we got a meet in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're pretty excited about. It's one of the fastest indoor tracks in the country, especially for sprinters. It's at altitude, so we're pretty excited about that. Want to get invited back. And then we have a last chance qualifier meet at the University of Arkansas. That one could be tough to see how many kids we get into, but we're kind of hoping that we can get a couple into that one maybe. And then this year our national meet got moved to Gainesville, Florida. So we'll really run 4, maybe 5 indoor meets, and then kind of gear up for the national meet. As far as outdoor goes, we're a lot more local. We'll run at UTSA, 2 at Trinity, Texas State. We'll go up to Texas Relays. We might take our distance squad to Rice, but we stay a little more local for that. I think we have about 8 or 9 meets. Our conference meet this year is in New Orleans at Xavier, and then we're back at the national meet in Indiana. So just kind of take it one meet at a time and kind of enjoy the process along the way. The meet will be held at Xavier, Louisiana. The date's kind of to be determined. We're kind of waiting to see. Normally that's late April, so it'd be sometime in late April. But Xavier's always tough. They're always good, really competitive, especially on the sprint and jump side. I know they return several All-Americans, and talking with their coach, they probably got some good kids coming in. So it'll definitely be it'll be competitive, but we're definitely excited, and you always want the conference meet to be competitive. So definitely looking forward to that one. I think first off, a big one for us is Henry Spillers. He has 30 years of experience. He's coached at numerous Division I schools, and he's somebody I like to learn from, and definitely look to as a mentor. And I think for our sprinters and hurdlers and even jumpers, he's a huge factor for us, and even better person. So good coach, but better person. But yeah, we're really excited to see I'm really excited to, see him and progress these kids that, he's done since he's been here. So, and then Jose Zarate will work with our distance runners, and, he did a really good job in cross country. He's young, but he's open to learning, and does a really good job with those kids and works extremely hard. So really excited to continue to see his growth as a coach. And this year we got another guy that's going to help us out with track, and he does our jumpers. So our new jumps coach, his name is Jerron Criswell. He's done a really good job with them. He was a 25-foot long jumper in college, and coached at a club in the summer and has had several junior Olympian jumpers. So we're really excited to have him. He's doing a really, really good job with our jumpers. Obviously I know indoors is a little tough, but our first meet at UTSA, we'd love to get a huge crowd there. Texas A&M's there. UTSA, it's a fully stacked Division I field. So, I feel that we could shock some people, but it's always nice when you have a bigger crowd there. I know track meets go a little long, so even if you just come for the first and last event.